Welcome to Cacao Mondays. So I'm here with Josie. We are going to be talking a little bit about breathwork and Josie's journey to breathwork and how it's really benefited her life and just her experience about it. So whatever comes through, and then we'll guide you through a little breathwork practice where we're going to be focusing on felt sense, which is feeling into the body, so starting to deepen that connection with the body and just noticing what's here. So hi Josie, do you want
Hi, how are
to
you
take it
doing?
away and yeah, just share whatever feels called to be shared.
Yeah, so my journey with breathwork started kind of not long after my spiritual awakening when I was going through a really tough time. I think this also kind of coincided with, yeah, everything that's going on at the moment. And yeah, feeling a little bit lost, feeling a little bit disconnected from myself. I noticed like a bit of disassociation from my body and that sort of thing as well. So, yeah, I kind of just honestly, I think it was online that I saw someone that was doing like an online breathwork course, and yeah, I decided to just like dive into that. Basically, started this breathwork course. Had the most incredible experiences with this type of breath work. And I was like, oh my God, people need to know about this. I need to share this. And it was just so powerful and so profound that I ended up signing up for a facilitator course. And this is where I met you. And yeah, basically through that, even going through the facilitation course and uncovering deeper and deeper layers of myself. And for me, it was a real coming home to myself, coming back to the body, connecting so much deeper with myself and my body, connecting deeper with my intuition as well, which I believe is, expressed through the body as well. And yeah, I just had such a beautiful experience with that, not only through my own journey and coming back home to myself, but also sharing it with others and facilitating others. And seeing the changes in people when, especially over multiple sessions, and how much deeper they become embodied, and it's such a beautiful thing to witness because I think it's one of the most important things is to be connected to your center, to connect into your body, and then you are able to be more grounded in who you are, how you turn up in the world. Your nervous system is more regulated as well. And yeah, it's just been such like a beautiful experience to witness that in people, not only myself but other people as well. So yeah, that's kind of just like a brief overview of my experience with breathwork.
Mm. Oh yeah, it is just so life changing. Like especially
Mm,
like even for me, I've shared a bit about my story with the community that I've been creating, and yeah, it's really hard to put into words sometimes because it's just
yeah.
so much that happens within the breath. I actually found breath work with Giten and Chetna um, in Kinkin in 2019 where I did my in-person training, and then I followed through with that with the 8-month online training that they offered. And yeah, just the transformation, like I just went from this kind of shell of a being of just like feeling depressed, and it was either depressed or anxious. It was high and low, and it was extreme, and it was painful, and I was just in this constant state of suffering, and I was just so miserable, and I couldn't find a way to fix myself.
Mm,
That's what I was trying to do. I was trying to fix myself rather than actually coming into full acceptance and loving compassion of self and starting to remove the layers, which is what happened with breath work. It's almost like it shattered or broke through that shell, and my true self was able to emerge. And it wasn't easy, and it took time, like quite a bit of time, and
mm,
just we're not in a rush here. This is a journey that we've chosen to take, and you take it at your own pace. And I always say that in all my workshops and one-on-one work. I'm always just saying, just we're not in a rush here. Just take it at your own pace, because a lot of deep-seated and painful trauma can be stored in the body, and it was kind of pushed down because it was uncomfortable or overwhelming to feel in that now moment when it came through. So it was held until we felt safe enough to drop back in and to feel it. So we take our time to really let that come to the surface and be with it, and hopefully as well have someone there to support you and hold you through it, because that was a big thing for me with breathwork and with especially with Chetna. When I did the in-person training, I really struggled to feel and to be with what is inside. That was just, I was holding on for dear life, and it makes sense why I didn't have a lot of life force energy, because I was just holding on to so much, and that takes a lot of energy.
Does,
Yeah, but having that support and someone that didn't judge me for where I was at was huge, because in the past I've done inner work and a lot of retreats and seminars and so on where I was judged because I didn't know how to speak, and I didn't know how to share or answer questions or participate fully. I was participating to the amount that I was able to at that time, and I was judged for it, and that just created more trauma and more wounding that I needed to heal, but I didn't know how to. The breath work and the facilitators that we worked with, they were just so heart-centered and understanding and empathic. It was just absolutely incredible. And that's what really got me through what I needed to feel, was having that support system and knowing I was safe, because I haven't felt safe before. I haven't felt safe in my body, in my being, in the world, with anyone. And to go from that to now embodying this practice and sharing it and feeling like I'm actually able to hold this space and support others, and to speak, like I mentioned, I just wasn't able to speak. And now to be guiding and even to be on this call and be sharing this, it's just, what a transformation. It blows my mind every time I feel into it and share.
Yeah, definitely, because it's always through our own kind of experiences that, you know, we feel the need to serve others as well, right? And I so connect with that as well, in terms of like being through cycles of, you know, that depression or anxiety, and just like not having the regulation that I needed to move through it. And breath work is just such a beautiful way to, you know, bring your body and your nervous system into a state of balance. You know, you're always going to have the highs and you're going to have the lows. Like, this is actually part of it. Like, breath work actually brings out more so like your ability to feel, you know, your ability to move through emotions and not numbing yourself out, being able to feel all of it fully, but also being able to not hold on to anything for too long, or longer than it needs to be, to, you know, express the emotion and then move through it, you know. Because at the end of the day, emotion is energy in motion. It wants to move through you. It doesn't want to stay stagnant, you know. And this is when it starts to create, you know, those tightenings in the body, you know, it creates disease, all sorts of kinds of things, when we're holding on to emotion. And this can come out in so many different ways. It doesn't have to be tightness. It can be a sickness. It can be anything in the body, you know. I think that a lot of the things that we feel in our body has a big emotional backbone as well. And this is, for the most part, kind of ignored, even in holistic spaces. You know, sometimes even in holistic spaces, you know, the emotional part isn't really brought forward. And I think that that is so important. It's really the root of all of these kinds of problems. And I know that personally, I came from a natural health background. I was studying naturopathy for a while, and for the most part, I pretty much burnt myself out studying too hard. But I also felt like I wanted to go deeper. I think that naturopathy is amazing, and it's such a beautiful, you know, practice as well. But combining that with breath work, going really deep with breath work, is really getting to like the root of the problem there, and expressing and all that sort of stuff, you know. And that's kind of the reason why I probably even ventured towards breathwork in the first place, because I was just like, there's something deeper. I know there's something deeper that I want to be doing here. and it kind of just came up for me. I wasn't looking for it. I wasn't searching for it. It kind of just came up for me. And yeah, here I am basically. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, that's like kind of just pinged all these different ideas. Yeah, there was one that it was like I really resonated with in the beginning of my kind of spiritual awakening journey and looking for different ways to heal. I got into like the positive thinking and the affirmations, but I got into that from a space of trying to spiritually bypass the pain.
Yeah.
So as amazing and powerful as those tools are, if you're
Mm,
not allowing yourself to feel and you're still finding a way to escape,
yeah.
it's just not really working.
It's
And
not,
then the other thing was that came up was I went into like remedial massage was kind of when I first really stepped into being of service. And same thing again, I felt like there's more like why is these people feeling tense? Why am I massaging them and releasing it only for it to come back? What is here? What is happening? And I just couldn't figure it out. And I was just like, I'm giving people band-aids. I don't want to do the band-aid thing. And yes, again, massage is amazing and I love getting massages. It's very needed. But it's only one aspect, it's only one part. And what I love with breathwork, it actually incorporates body work, it incorporates that, but also takes you into feeling and
mm,
feeling what's in here. So we're not, again, trying to escape and
yeah.
getting a massage to have that kind of band-aid effect or quick fix, only to have those things come back up. This just goes so much deeper and it's just so, so profound and powerful. But again, all these other tools, still, they're amazing to utilize. And yeah,
They're there for, they serve their purpose.
yeah.
And I think all of it is important. It's not dismissing any of that either,
Mm.
you know. But I think that if you're really wanting to go deeper and getting to the root of the problem and also utilizing these other tools at the same time, I think is just like amazing. Like even using, traditional therapy with breath work, I think is incredible as well. It's
Mm.
like not dismissing either one of those. I think all of it is important.
Yeah, bringing
Um,
it all together and combining
yeah,
and integrating it all. And yeah,
exactly.
it's all just like a self-discovery journey and unraveling. And it's just so
Mm,
beautiful in combining stuff. It's not choosing one thing and then not doing anything else. It's just playing with the different modalities and playing with the different tools that we have, because I don't only do breath work, I
yeah,
use a lot of these different tools and they're all equally amazing and beneficial. But yeah, I do find that breath work, especially for myself personally, was just that pivotal point where things just shifted. And it was
yeah,
because I finally gave myself permission to feel.
yes.
Everything else that I was doing, I tuned in and realized I was trying to escape and I was trying to spiritually bypass, because there was just so much pain inside and I didn't know how to express it. I didn't know where, I didn't have the support. And now I find, because I've found that support system and I've really gone in, I can hold the space for myself. I can do a breathwork session on my own. But I also still like to go to someone else's breathwork session, or still like to have that additional support with me. But
Definitely.
going through this journey, I've created so many amazing friendships and relationships, and my clients feel like my friends because we're going so deep together that it's
Mm,
creating these long lasting, deep, amazing relationships with people, like deeper than I've ever felt with anyone. Like even with you, Josie, like we don't necessarily like talk all the time, and might have only been like a few like deep conversations that we've had, but I feel like so connected, and every time we chat, it's just like
it's just
it's so
like a
awesome.
ping pong machine.
Yeah.
It's just like keeps going.
uh,
Definitely. Yeah.
yeah.
It's like this is the thing, and I think that's so beautiful about breath work is like you're really deepening your relationship with yourself.
Mm.
And by deepening your relationship with yourself, you're deepening your connections around you. Because you've met yourself in that space, you're able to meet other people in that space. Yeah,
Mm.
like if you haven't gone, I don't know, like everyone's on their own different journey, and I don't think, we're not going to compare ourselves to each other and that sort of thing, not at all. But like once you go into those depths of yourself, it's like you're able to be more authentically you. right?
Mm.
You're able to cut out the things and be a little bit more discerning, which with things that are like, is this for me? Is this not for me? Is this person for me? Is it not for me? Is this connection, nourishing for me? Or is it not nourishing for me? And really being able to kind of discern that. And you're human also.
Mm.
Like, we're all human at the same time, even though like you do breath work and you're like this perfect version of yourself and the work's all over. It doesn't work like that. It's like, you're still human, you're still going to stuff up, and you're still going to mess up, and that's okay. That's okay as well. But you have the tools to come back to yourself and kind of go back onto the path as well.
Yeah.
Because there's always going to be times where you slip off, and you might do things that are out of your character and maybe like not totally like connected with who you think you are. But if you're able to come back and you have the tools to come back to yourself, I think that's the most important thing, right? Because it's very easy to derail yourself, but as long as you're able to come back,
I feel like the breathwork really opens you to come into a deeper compassion and acceptance and love of self. Even when we mess up, it's almost like having, say, like I can really relate to having a child now, because obviously I've got a little baby, and to kind of have that child that no matter what they do, you're going to love them. Like, you just love them unconditionally whenever they mess up or whenever they do something amazing. It's like, it doesn't matter, you just love them. And that's how you become for yourself, and you meet that inner child of yourself, and then you just got that deep compassion and love, and you're like, you know what, maybe that wasn't something that I chose to do from my highest conscious place, and that's okay. Like you said, we're all human, and breathwork is just an amazing tool to return to self, to drop into compassion for yourself as well as others. And there's a really amazing quote that I heard recently, I think it was also in a song, was, you can only meet someone else as deep as you've met yourself. And that's what I really felt you were sharing with the deeper connections that I just mentioned that I was having, is because I'm meeting myself on that deeper level. So now I can actually meet all these other amazing people and see their authentic selves just shining through, and it's just absolutely amazing.
It's not only just about deepening connection with yourself, it's also about deepening your connections with other people. I mean, we're human, we're social creatures, we're meant to be in community. Like, we're not supposed to go away in our hidey holes and do breath work and meditation and call it a day. Like, we're going to go out into the world, we're going to connect with other people, whether you like it or not. And it's through doing this kind of work where you're able to really deeply connect with other people. And it's like, that emotional intimacy that you get is just so beautiful. And I think for the most part, it's so lacking in our society, is this like deep emotional intimacy, which is almost like, we really value in society for the most part quite shallow connections. And I think through doing this work, it really brings you back down into the depths. And you can't handle shallow connections anymore. Like, it doesn't serve, it doesn't nourish, it doesn't enrich your life.
I definitely resonate with that. All right, so let's get into one thing I want to ask before we get into our practice is just what are you kind of doing now with breathwork, like business wise or other, and if there's, because I know you mentioned that you're doing some online sessions with clients, so where people can reach you. I'll also tag maybe your Facebook or whatever handle in the about below, but if you just want to share what you're kind of doing at the moment.
So at the moment, I've just started doing one-on-one sessions. So I'm still completing my certification as a breathwork facilitator. So I'm currently offering like quite cheap sessions at the moment, which is great. So
affordable.
Affordable. Don't use that word. But yes, I'm doing that. I'm doing it mostly through my Instagram. at the moment. So yeah, I'm taking on bookings there and that sort of thing. And I've yeah, been doing some amazing one-on-one sessions with people, and seeing the changes and beautiful transformations is just such a gift to be able to witness as well. So yeah.
Amazing. Well, I'll pop your Instagram in the description below so people know where they can get in contact and start working with you, because I know how amazing of a facilitator you are. I've had sessions myself and they've just been like deeply profound and almost like startling, because I was like really nervous or unsure about doing breathwork online with the training switching to online due to the current circumstances. And I was like, oh, I don't really see how this is going to work, but it was really profound, and especially the sessions that we've had together were just that next level. It was really, really cool.
Oh, same here. Oh my gosh. I still like will never forget the angelic energy healing that
Oh
I had.
yeah.
That was next level as well, you know. You're just amazing. So
Oh, thank you. I do love the angelic Reiki.
oh,
It's
it's so beautiful. Yeah.
yeah, you just feel like the extra beings that are around you helping in the
Yeah.
process, and it's just
Oh,
really powerful.
such an incredible experience. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, thank you. All right, let's jump into the practice. So the practice we're going to do today is we're going to do our conscious connected breathing. So that's full expansion of the belly, breathing into the heart, activating on that inhale, and then as you exhale, you're surrendering, connected, so no pause in between inhalation, exhalation. So I know a lot of people who may be watching this have actually worked with me and maybe even worked with Josie. So if you know the connected breathing, you can kind of just jump into it. If you haven't done it before, just please take it slowly and be mindful and just tune into you and follow that inner guidance. We're also going to have Josie really demonstrating as I'm guiding, and I'm also going to be breathing as well. And our intention today is to connect in with the felt sense. So a lot of this chat has happened to be about really connecting into the body. So with our felt sense, we really want to start to notice what sensations are here, what's in the body, what's revealing itself, what's here to be heard, felt, seen, expressed. If you feel to move or make sound or bring in some touch, you're welcome to, but we're just going to be really focusing on the breath and just really noticing the subtleties and the energies and the sensations in the physical body. Staying here, staying now. We're not drifting off, but if you do, it's fine. It's a practice, just coming back to the breath. Cool. All right, so if I just want to close down the eyes. And we'll just start with 3 cleansing breaths. So in through the nose, exhaling with a sigh out the mouth. One more. And then we're going to start to come into that connected breathing. So we're starting slowly. We're going to come in through the nose, out through the mouth. So really expanding the belly, opening the heart on that inhale, dropping into the body on the exhale. Just taking it slow to start off with, just starting to gently build up that energy in the body. You want full connected breathing, so you want to be quite deep into the belly, even inhalation, even exhalation. So if you think of a circle, your inhalation is half a circle, exhalation the other half, continuous circular breathing. You want to be able to hear your own breath. Your pace of breath really determines the intensity, so you can start to increase the pace, you can slow it down if you need to, dropping deeper into your body, starting to notice the sensations. What are you feeling in your physical body? Is there tingling? Is there warmth? Is it cold? What is here for you? Making your way from your head down into your shoulders, down through your rib cage, your extremities, scanning through your entire body and noticing what's here. We're not trying to change anything, force anything. We're simply just being with the sensations in our body. Starting to increase the pace if you feel okay to do so. Staying with your breath, full, conscious, connected breathing. Full inhalation, full exhalation. We're going to be here for another minute or so, just staying with your breath. Continuing to feel into the body. What is here for you? What is wanting your attention? What is here to be felt, seen, and heard? Giving yourself permission for that to come through now. Inviting in a fuller breath. And now we're going to start to slow down. Slowing that pace of breath, staying connected. A few more breaths in this way. And then when you feel ready, you're going to return to your natural flow of breath. Just staying in your body, staying with the sensations. Making your way into stillness when you feel ready to. Following that natural flow of breath. Really anchoring into your body. And I invite you to just stay here for as long as feels right for you, to notice the sensations, to be with your body, and to enjoy this time for you. And we're going to finish here, but please just stay here and enjoy the space. And we'll see you in the next episode, and remember to subscribe so you get notified when we come back. Namaste.